Is this thing on? I don't know. No, I don't want to cast the television. I want to see if it's working. I know, Smushbus, I know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Am I live? Am I not live? I have no idea whatsoever. It says I'm live. I can see the railway. It says waiting. How about internet signal? What the dickens is going on? Oh look, there I am looking at my phone. Hello everyone and welcome to Beaglington Live. I think I named this one Potential for Disaster because, well, there's potential for disaster. So I thought I'd do it like a normal episode, although I'll actually have to shift the camera while I'm doing things. I'll probably take off the hat now. So yes, I've got some trains to run, and I will get them going in order of quietness. So, and also I mentioned in the description that I'm doing this via a very poor internet, so I may go completely blurry, but we'll find out what happens as we go along. Except I won't know because I won't be able to see it. So on the outside line, I have the lovely Bachmann E4 in LBSCR livery with my Hornby generic four-wheelers and a Hatton's Genesis six-wheeler. And then on the inside line, I have my vintage train, which would have been pulled by the retro pump, but it's a bit too jumpy for Hornby's blue coach. And actually, there's something I'll show you about the blue coach as well at some point. And then on the middle, on the noisy line, as it will be for this round, I have my Class 50 Revenge pulling some trying transcontinental roller stock. So there we go. Yes, of course. I know the sun has come out, but I still can't see balanced colours. It's still a cloud. Yes, I know. So I will grab that camera now and I'll change the angle and we can see the trains going around a bit. And just let me pick up my hat. Yes, I'm out of the way of the camera. Oh, good. I'm glad that you, Kelly and David, are here for this. There's at least someone's here. Obviously I wasn't looking at my phone, but I've come this side, so... And I'll just show you now. Ignore the mess. There is Smuppus looking out the window because it's sunny. It has been pouring rain here, like pretty much all day. So here are the engines running. You can see my silhouette probably getting in the way over there. Well, you know, I can try and tidy it, but unfortunately I've got children and they have a lot of stuff that gets in the way. But, you know, it is what it is, and, you know, if you want to come around and tidy it up for me, go ahead. No. Although a lot of the mess is actually because I've sort of laid out rakes of things that can run, and it's a small room, so I've had to use every available space to go, oh yeah, you know, I'll run stuff like that. Well, we'll see, won't we, Kelly? He might decide that he's going to come down off the windowsill. And actually, after the last video I did with him, he broke fences in the village green. It was like Hurricane Smushbus. There was fur everywhere. And I eventually got it hoovered up and cleaned up. I had to take all the small details off the railway. And I hoovered everything and I put everything back. And it hasn't been allowed on the railway since. But I haven't done anything on the railway since. So he's not missed out on anything yet. That Peckett looks quite good in the evening sunshine. Although I do appear to be getting wet. I'm not doing anything to you, Smushbus. He's pausing between cleaning himself just to give out to me. So, yeah, I was very nervous about doing this because, as you can see, there is a little bit of a focus issue with the camera because obviously I'm not doing a proper camera. I'm doing it with my phone camera because I don't have a proper camera. You can see my arms waving. I do that a lot. my silhouette. But yeah, so basically, I have managed to get this sort of working. Hello, Taggart 00. Just seeing you there. Yeah, so I managed to get it working to this extent. When I was trying to do this, and I don't know how it would be for you, when I was trying to do this yesterday, I was testing it out. Everything was just turning very, very blurry. Because my broadband is from someone called Ivatech, and it's a broadcast to them, and then it's like satellite internet. So, it's kind of not the brilliantest connection. There are mountains all around where I live, and it's been raining all day, but finally the weather's come good. It's not blurry, so it's working. I'm going to take this camera around now to sort of round to this side. We get a different view. And it's really weird because I'm not actually on camera because I'm positioning the camera. I will come around the front now after I pull over this wire. So hello to Scott Rails as well, who has appeared in the live chat. I'm drinking some lemonade because my mouth is on fire at the moment. I've just had a Madras. I was cooking it before I came on air. Normally I have a tea. I know Madras isn't spicy, but I never have it because I normally have tea. So the 579, the Beaglington E4 that's going around, has some very dense cold rails, and that's because one day it was coming around here, and I was talking to my youngest daughter Charlotte, and I don't know, something happened, but we ended up knocking it off of the railway, and it fell onto the floor, and I had a sort of small heart attack. Luckily, it was fine, apart from the inside side of it, the cold rail was sort of severely dented. But I imagine maybe that happened in real life. Coal rails got dented, a large lump of coal, very large lump of coal, whacked off of them or something. So, because I don't think there were JCBs in that time loading the coal bumpers that could have whacked it. So, that's my premise for that anyways. Surprisingly, Revenge is actually quite quiet this evening. It might be because I've been the road, because it was very, very noisy when I was running it earlier on. I haven't got all the coaches. I've had to leave out the 10724 because apparently that's too much for Revenge to run with, but it can pull the other ones. Although I have noticed that the baggage car, the doors do like to open by themselves as it goes round. So I just check up where Helming Hall is hiding. Over there. It's over there. It won't get run. One of the things that I have noticed about my collection is that I have three sound-fitted steam locomotives. I have no sound-fitted diesel locomotives, but the only quiet diesel locomotive that I have is this one. And apologies if everything's blurry right now, which is my Edinburgh Castle, which is the railroad one. So if I could get a DCC chip for that, I'd have a diesel sound locomotive. But I only have steam sound, and the J15 is sound fitted, and Duck, which is sound fitted, are both fitted with the Hornby J27, or 26, 27. There's that sound chip with speaker, and it was very difficult to get that into the tender of the J15, but I did manage it. Duck was quite easy because he has a massive open cap, whereas Helming Hall has a full class sound chip fitted, which was very hard to get a hold of at the time, so I'm very happy with that. The J15, very funnily, when it's running around, will suddenly just stop on the tracks, but it will sound like it's going like 100 miles an hour, just something that it does. And I've no idea what. So, but it's very interesting to be here doing this live, because normally I'm here and it takes me like 10 times trying to get the intro right and do everything. So it's very interesting doing this. I'm glad you can see the Steve Producers code. And I was worried because I honestly thought that I know I said I was doing this Thursday. I thought the short notice of this, I thought no one was going to do it. I thought we're standing here talking away to the camera, pretending that someone's here. So it is really nice to have at least some people here. Yes, and you, some of course. I'm not stopping you. I'm not. You're fixing yourself again. Yeah, no, it was raining all day today, and then the sun came out, and he finally got to sit on the windowsill for a good long while. So I was scratching up some cardboard. Do you want a hand to get to the window? Are there trains in your way? Is that fine? Yeah. Oh. Here we go. Hello everyone. Don't get stuck to me now. Whoa! Careful, Mike. Okay, go. Are you happy now? Please bear in mind that he may just randomly walk across the railway at any time. That's not nice, is it? London, Brighton, sausage and chips. Yes. Oh, and you might notice, I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see the behind thing, but I have a tomato plant here and a tomato plant over there. And in Beaglington we planted tomato plants, me and my brother-in-law Carl. And the weather here has been absolutely atrocious. We've had since November, it's been the wettest month on record every single month. And the tomatoes were really not doing very well. And I didn't have that many extra pots, but I took one and put it in a pot, and this is it's like an Aldi instant mash container. It's a good tray thing. And over there I've got a washing up tablet pot. That's the next thing I found in a mushroom tray to plant that one in. And all the others stayed in the tray to see if they do better outside, because I thought it would be an interesting experiment. And they did survive. So I planted them when the weather got a little bit better in the flower bed outside. And so it was yesterday I went outside. The day before, they'd all been there, they were all fine. The little plastic cover that was on their grow tray was over them because the wind was very bad. I wanted them to thrive. They were doing fine. There were 6 or 7 plants growing. And then I went out yesterday morning, all gone, all in. Something had got underneath the cover and just eaten it, and my piece got savaged by caterpillars. Really, was absolutely and I've left what's there. I mean, like everything is getting ruined out there because the weather is so bad. Really is a shame. But I suppose what I'll do now is I'll go over and organise, I think, for this. Steam rules supreme. Yeah, I think Smuckers is a bit happier now with the I'll just move the camera to look at the trains a second while I sort out my desk thing. I'll put it down this end. You can see Lord Newsiness himself over there at the window. Now, I'm going to do something at my desk in a minute, and I have no idea if it's going to work because it could be completely out of focus, but we'll find out. So I'm going to stop the train after I've got some playing. We'll swap that there, and I will swap that there. And I'm going to let the packet run round because I want to show you something that I've done to the rocket bridge. So, during the Beaglington review I did of Sam's converter wagons, which, by the way, are still performing very well, the only problem I had was one of the coupling bars, one of the hoops broke on it, but they're so very small, it's not really that surprising. And I actually glued in one of the couplings because it was a bit, but at the bar, the NEM bar. But anyways, they're both working fine. But what I was looking at is the design issue with this blue coach, and I'll see if I can put it in a better light. There we go. So the thing that Hornby didn't do with this was to fit an NEM pocket, because apparently it would ruin the coach and it would make it look really undetailed. And so what I did was fit an NEM pocket to it. And as you can see, it's fairly unobtrusive. It's just there on the bottom. I glued it on. If you painted it the same color, it probably wouldn't be that noticeable. So let's just smoke up the ballast. He's been part of the permanent way team, I think. Anyways, yeah, so what I did was I fitted an NEM pocket. I used contact adhesive because I had a very little amount of that left, and and then I used some super glue just to make sure it stuck. And that's a Sam's Trains NEM coupler plugged into a Hornby pocket with the tail cut off, and it works basically because I had it coupled to the blue repainted Triang rocket coach. So because the Sam's Trains wagons are pretty good for being converter wagons, but it only really works if you're having a freight train and not a passenger train. And some of the illustrations that I've seen are of like mixed trains, and I went, oh, well, what if I had a mixed train? I'd want the passenger coaches at the front. So I decided I'd fit an NEM coupling pocket to it, because you can take the NEM coupler, the tension lock, out of the pocket, and lo and behold, it goes back to being the same as it was before that. So it's a wonder why Hornby didn't just fit the thing in the first place. But there you go. You're saying hello to the camera. Now, I've got this on the desk. Alex at the desk can't be here, unfortunately, so you're going to have to do a clumsy old me. And I am not the best person at opening things at the desk, because I don't do it. So, I've got a craft knife, and I've got a Great British Buses thing from Atlas, and it's South Down, which is what my other buses have in it, so it's supposed to look the same. And this was obviously got from Hatton's on offer. Would you just please stop digging up the railway? We're on to digging up the hill now. I think he's got it in mind that he's going to be some sort of landscape artist, perhaps. Like a Capability Brown kind of person. He's saying, right, we don't need this hill here. We're going to go for something else entirely. Was that worth it, Swifters? Yeah, right. Anyways, so I've got this bus. And it's South Down like my other ones. And from what I remember from the other ones, they're normally on sort of like these black bases with sort of screws on them, but I don't know. So these are sort of like my birthday presents I didn't really do for the video, because I wanted to save them for something special. So it says on it, on this sign here, you can't see because I don't have a proper live stream thing, but it says Portslade Station, Hove Lagoon, King Alfred Swimming Baths, West Pier, Palace Pier, Blackrock Bathing Pool, Ovingdean something, and Rottingdean. Well, that sounds like a lovely place, doesn't it? Oh, no. Of course. Yes. Some of the problems with these Great British buses is that you can't actually unscrew them because they have this plastic thing on it. Oh, David Bennett used to live in Portslade. Where is Portslade, David? I'm going to try and cut this plate off. You can see the glue. It's like white. I think I did this in the video before. I'm sure I did. East Sussex near Brighton. Oh, that's lovely. Well, that's kind of why I have these buses on my layout, because it's that South Coast kind of thing. I've never been there. I've been as far as Dover, and I've been to Dorset, I think. I've been to Hastings, but I haven't been over to Brighton. And even then, that's going a long time ago now. Oh, actually, I've been to the Kent-Sussex Railway. I was, when was that? 2012. I was in England on holiday visiting my family. My friend Laurie Rose drove me and my partner Sinead to the Kent-Sussex Railway, where we met up with my friend and Kenny Felstead, and we had a day at the Kent-Sussex Railway, and it was very, very hot. It was very sunny, but it was a very pretty area. And what else happened? I can't remember now. Oh, Laurie fell asleep on the train, but it had been a very long drive and it was very busy, and it was very hot. So I have freed the bus from its plastic base, which we will never need to see again. It does say Southdown Bristol Low Decker FS. That's what type of bus it is. Gone. Don't need the base because it's going to go on the railway, and then it's going to go in a box for when it's not on the railway. The wheels move, which is a good sign. And I think this was only like £3 or £4 on Hatton's as a promotional thing. And it's got an open top deck, which means I'm probably going to have to get some seated passengers to put in the top of it so I can put it on the railway and have them looking like they're going somewhere. And yeah, good news for David. If he wants to catch this bus, it's going to Port Slade. So there you go. We can put a little model of David sat on the open top bus going home. So I can go put that on the railway now, and you can have a lovely look at Smutbus while I figure out what I'm going to put on the railway and take off on the rail. So I'm going to put that. There's already a bus up there. I'll put it in front of the pub. Why not? So I'm going to take off the sorry, fall over the tripod. Take off the E4 on the outside line, and I'll probably put Helmy and Paul there because I can swap them fairly easily, and that will leave the desk free. Funny that I still decide to put things on the track manually, even though I have Hornby re-reader. So I find it easier to just put them on the track by myself. I'm doing it more derailments though. Interesting. Would you mind, Smutbus? Thank you. You're knocking away from me Bristols. Are you back again? Well, there's space there for you to sit now, because somebody, not me, look, the good shit. An unfortunate accident. Would you just couple? There we go. Nice. There'll be one train done. I have an open top bus with the Shakespeare Express train set. Oh yes. That's the Bachman set, was it? The Shakespeare Express. This with is that the Hall class? Is it like Rood Ashton Hall or something and 3 Mark 1s or something? I don't know, I might be remembering wrong. Something is up with that coach. So it's on the rails. And I did name this episode Potential for Disaster because I did honestly think that, you know, when you're working with trains and animals, there's always potential for disaster. I thought Revenge did very well, considering I put it with some coaches that I honestly didn't think would run very well at all. Because they are old trainers. There's a random Hornby Rocket coach coupling just here, just lying on the track. I'll put that there. Yeah, I was going to run the retro pub, but unfortunately it's a bit stoppy-starty, and so every time it jerks, the Hornby Era 1 coach comes uncoupled from the Sand Trains one, which doesn't work very well. Right, put that there, and actually you might be able to just shunt the packet into the sidings. You go open that, need to be there, and oh, something's up. That hasn't worked. Wait, stop. Never mind. Slide the rail in there, but that's out of the way. Right. So helmet and horn is set up. That's gonna be for the next one. So I've got this here. Get off. We can couple to different train. So I've got over here. I've got my Sentinel in NCB livery, and I don't get to run these that much, but then they're usually quite grumpy runners anyways for some reason. The two that I have, they're both second hand, and they were both I only paid about 30 quid for both of them. I had 35 maybe. And I've got some hoppers and a rental tanker, and that's funny. My friend Larry messaged me. He's on holiday in Norfolk, and he went to the Norfolk Railway, and he went to the model railway shop in Sheringham, where I bought this brake van, which is why I'm deciding to use this brake van this time. There we go. Right. Are you quite comfortable there? Because I think your tail is going to get a bit pinched by Helmingham Hall. You know. I think he thinks he's some sort of train in the... He's never sat there before, but I think that's because the goods shed was so... That is top work, Smushbus. Top work. Right. So we've got Helmingham Hall, got the Sentinel, and... I'm going to run on that line. I don't know if I'll go around the inside. Let's see if we can get Henry and the flying kipper to go around the inside line. I don't think I've ever run Henry on the first radius. So it might work or it might not. I lost his coupling bar then. Wait, leave that NCB van alone. Do you have insurance for being on the road, Smushbus? Are you going to pay his insurance fees? Right, so we've got two Thomas Holland Barnsley vans from their 1980s sets. I've got a weathered NE van that's repainted from like Weetabix or something, and another one as well. I bought like 4 of these off eBay. They're very good. Then I've got a Railroad NE van, an LMS van, Sam's Trains PAL van. Then I've got my flying kipper van at the very end, because they were old and unused on a siding that had been used for some time. So now we have 3 trains running, and we're going to go for sound now. So the outside line, there we go. That is Helmingham Hall selected. And sound. So the middle line is now going to be on control 1. The inside line is on control 2. Which means that one is okay. So Henry's going. And this is what I mean about the Sentinel. The Sentinel is turned on, but it's just not. I have no idea what's up with that. Come on. Go, go, go. Now I cleaned all the tracks, so unless it's got really, really dirty wheels, I haven't got a clue. I don't like full power. Like I said, these Sentinel are brilliant. I mean, they're fantastic. Imagine if you had it on like DCC Stay Alive. It'd be amazing. But, yeah. Right. Now, we can go ready to leave. And what is this? Where is it? Go to the cards whistle. There we go. Now they can move. So we can see there's some steam up the one. Or not. Because Helen Hall is doing a J15. Yeah, you've got time to do that stuff first because it's not going anywhere. You're supposed to be moving. Thank you. There we go. Now, I'm going to get a bit of speed up. No fuss, I mind to bother if I were you. I delete the camera. There we go. Leave the camera here now. Like that. You can see things go around. I'll just put up a little bit. Just sat on Hamilton Hall's train in the wrong way. I know you're first class, but still. Come on, come on. They want to get going. They want to get going. Yeah, you sit down again. Right. I'm trying to get here now and try and fix this. One. That was completely off. That was completely off. And that was completely off. Oh, still off. And now if you would leave out the centre of the meantime, well, I said there was potential for disaster. And how we use it. Good work. Oh yes, Smuggler's is definitely in charge. He's the captain holder. You having a good time? No, I don't really fancy climbing cliffs myself, because it says I'm not good enough. He's taken over the controls. So I'll leave this presented to you. I'm off. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. You ready, Kitty? Woo! Now, let's see. Would you believe the Sentinel was on full power? That's it. You know, I really hope with the rusted 88s that the DS ever turns up it has better performance than that. Yeah, I have a 1-star review on Morley's website for the Rust 88 DS about the train that never turns up. And they actually emailed me back like the next day at like 8 o'clock in the morning to say that they weren't happy either, and there were delays and stuff, and they were happy, and that I mentioned TT and stuff. And they were, oh, I had nothing to do with it. And I said, well, if you release a product in 2020, what? So you're going to do it. And And then the next year, or the end of that year, or the next year, release an entirely remote in an entirely factory, and you say that hasn't had any effect. Well, I'm like, well, I've been waiting for this trade probably. Why didn't you just open another factory to produce the stuff you failed to produce on time? You know. But there's my 2 cents worth. But I did email them back and they told me I wasn't allowed to say anything to them or something like that. And I said, I'll say it as I want to say it, which will be in my review, if the thing ever turns up. So it's been a long wait for the ATS, and I make the point of saying it quite often, because I'm not interested in paying 360 quid for a double steam locomotive. I'm not rusting here right now. My little rusting was like, oh, I hear this. It's my little rusting. And I'm quite happy with that. That cost 80 quid. So, it's a little bit annoying. You feel kind of undervalued sometimes as a customer because you're not buying the top link or locomotive. You're just buying the mundane, and because you're that kind of person, it doesn't matter that your model is 3 years late, because this other model that was announced 2 years later was already out. Really, nothing serious really. It doesn't really matter. They're only models, so it's nothing really. You can only be impatient, is what you are. You mean that much. But it is irritating. Because it could just come out and say, sorry, it won't be ready in 2 years. I've already paid mine for it. See, I'm looking live chat. The most fun live stream I've ever watched. Well, I'm glad for that. I'm amazed. You having a good time, Christmas? Apparently you're very entertaining. Yeah, I'm going to pick up those wagons and sort out the desk. I'll move the camera to get the view of the lovely old Christmas and his trains. I think we'll go for here this time. I like that view. There. You see the damage Hurricane Smushbus has done to the railway anyway. Well, to the hill. Are you knocking over the fences again? No, that's my friend instead. Who's Johnny? Oh, hello. Oh dear. That doesn't sound right over there. I can't see anything wrong with it. Look out, Smushbus, bunch of feet! Look out! Yeah, but what are you doing? Look out! Ah! Oh, well, that's not going well, has it? Ah. Having always trying his best. I don't know what's happened to Henry, but the Sentinel's on the track then. Don't know what's up with the Sentinel. Henry, however, Henry's not on the track at all. Oh no, he's not going to Bristol sign. Smush. I'm going to stop the train now. Get out! Here's that one. Right, so I should pick up that sign and put it back, and also have the trains. That was right then. Right. They turn off poor. Anyways. What was I saying about delays caused by cat on the line, was it? Right, we'll pop that delay, or not, and he's going to knock every other sign down. He's never normally been that interested in knocking over the rubber quite so much as he has been today. I just, I don't know, maybe he's loving the camera, you know. He's not used to such a limelight, as it were. Just going to move some of these doodles out the way. I'm going to put those in the drawer. There's space. And we're going to take these wagons off and put the center on the yard there. Come back, you. You've lost the EWS wagon. Oh, unready away. Now, chuck all those away. There. And what's left on the railway is the fine Kipper smush purse. Why did not go with that now? He said, yeah, why don't you just take it out of my way? I didn't think you were such a big train that you need to take up 2 sidings. 2 sidings! You need to go to the gym. We're just going to bring all these vans out of the way, and I had a little roll down here to pop those in, so we can set up some of the next stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I really don't. So you can sort of see nothing going on right now, and I'm sorry about that, but I was busy sort of sorting that out there. I will reposition the camera now in just a second. Just trying to get something on the rails. Need I say more? So, for a moment, that's just me tripping over an Indigo Jam bus. A beautiful smush bus while I find this train. Yes, smush bus, you are lovely. And there's another thing. Right, that's that. Put the wagons here and the brake van. Get that. Yeah. Now, pop that on the rails. I'm actually going to take you over to the desk again, one last time in a minute, for a new thing. I'm just getting these trains ready because I would faff around once I've done this. Get off. Alright. Clank. And I tried to have this organised and ready, and everything was set out kind of ready, but it's kind of like without a transition piece, without the technology of other more successful YouTubers, everything's a bit more like, oh, I just got to do this, and I just got to do that, and I'll just get this ready, and hope that everyone will be fine. In the meantime, that's right, a bad idea, because I need to swap those over because that is not a DCC locomotive. So if we're going to ruin the motor on that, it'd be a good idea to DCC off of that circuit. And we're going to put that there. It's still in reverse now. I can't remember. Right, that goes with that. That's going to go there. And those two there. Right, we are set up. Sorry, it took me a minute. Those thing Henry Bit Thomas thing going on, or Smoke Puss sit me out. He always sits me out. Kind of all he says. Or meow and meow. Those are his favourite words. He don't say them much on camera, but that's kind of like people who know Smoke Puss in person know that when he was younger he used to say meow quite a lot. And so when they come and see Smoke Puss, they go meow Smoke Puss. Because that was just his thing. So, right. I'm going to put the camera over this way. And lower it down. There. So, those of you who know this channel and know me know that I rather like the Beatles, and on Hattons I came across, when looking at the new Beatles stuff, a single revolver wagon. And unlike the other stuff priced at like between like £17 and £19 or whatever, this was just £16. So I got it well in advance of my birthday. Good evening, Alex. And this is my new birthday revolver wagon. So this will go quite well with my Sgt. Pepper's wagon, because I haven't got all of the Beatles wagons. I've only got the one, so it's nice to have another one. And for some reason, there is the age limit of 8+, which I don't really understand, because I started learning the Beatles at the age of 4 at primary school, and I had my first model railway when I was 6. But apparently 8+ is what's required now. So there you go. And I don't know how well that will show up, but it has the Klaus Vormann artwork for the Beatles Revolver album on it. It's the standard Hornby long wheelbase wagon that's been around for like 40 or 50 years. Probably nearly almost as long as Revolver's been around, to be honest. And actually, I don't know if you can see it very well on this camera, but the printing of the Klaus Vormann album artwork is very good. It's very good, because obviously sometimes when people do this kind of stuff, the artwork isn't that great in replication. But I suppose the Beatles probably wouldn't allow Hornby to release a subpar product. So there you go. What's that you were saying, Hugh? Something about Imperial 1 metric. In its Imperial age, about 3 years in metric. That's very good. Now, I'm just gonna lift that up a bit there so we can see the railway again. And there's Mr. Smushers. And I can come around here and I can have a look at the live chat. Let's see. Beatles closed down revolt, very nice. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. 8 days a week is on Help, I think, which is another wagon that I need. And whereas I have the vinyl of Revolver, I don't have the vinyl of Help. So I do need to get that. I think that's on that album. I don't think I have it on this one. I think. Let me just check. I have it on side 2 of 1962 to 66, but that wagon's not out yet. It will be out, but it's not out yet. So, because they're doing that and the Blue album together. So, right. So now I put that into my Beatles train. So I've got my John Paul, George and Ringo Holden tank, my GPJR red van, my Richard Starkey and Sons wagon, the Revolver wagon, Sgt. Pepper's, and an SR brake van behind. So I'm going to get that running. It's bumping off of everything else that's cluttered up behind here. But that can't possibly hit the cat, so at least that will run. Never mind. Why? It's like that thing with the coin machine on holiday. When you say something's going to work, and then it just doesn't. Come on. I cleaned the rails. I have no idea what's going on here. Right. Power's on. That's on. That's on. Those are fine. Where's your bit of wood? I'm gonna hit you if you don't work. Come on. This has never had any issues before. I don't think the track is that dirty. What What if I put it on the old Hornby controller? That would be... It's on the inside line. So, pop it onto that controller, turn that off. Okay, that works. There's absolutely no logic behind why that should work, but it's working. So, then on the outside line, I have my Caledonian sleeper train British Railways Class 47. Yes. And 100 feet. And then on the middle line, we have the 21. Slow it down a bit. There we go. That's the J15 running with mid-Suffolk light railway wagons from my part of the world. And did you do something to the Class 47 sisters? Oh, do you know what? Because Snodhurst tore up the hill had somehow got onto the railway lines. There's been a landslide. Snodhurst caused a landslide and derailed the Class 47. Oh my god. It's just knocked the whole thing off the track now. And disengaged all of the wheels on the motorway. As you can see, we have a slight problem. Well, I did say that this episode was called Potential for Disaster. Right. Let's see now if I can fix this. Right. There's two gear wheels and they are very, very greasy. Okay. We've got the dummy wheel in here. All the time is to move my flathead screwdriver. Are you sitting in the corner now, Smith? One moment while I find something to use that with. How many trees is somewhere? Right. So. A bit of on-the-spot surgery for the Class 47. We have to get these contacts here and here. So one goes that side of the wheel, and one goes that side of the wheel. And I've honestly never taken the base plate off of this, so I've no idea if this is the right way. Does that maybe go that way round? Ah! Well, that's not good. The J15 appears to be demolishing the station. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Okay, so then that wheel takes that contact and that contact. How would it... Right, now I have one more wheel to get in, and there's a cat hair. There's a cat hair on the gear, so I'm going to take that off. There we go. There's another one on the wheel there. Right, okay, so the traction tire's got one side, and that presumably then goes that way round. Right. I think we should be alright, except for the fact that there's a wagon here that's not on the track here. Okay, put that there. That's there. That sign was knocked over by that. That's fine now. Now I have to figure out how this... How does it... Let go on that. Don't do that. Okay. Right. Right, that's working. On the spot repairs done. What is this? Yes, it makes me very happy. Even when the cat decides that he's going to rip it all through to pieces. And my children quite like my railway too. Right, that's repaired. On the spot repairs done. The Beatles train has gone. So they're all working. I'm very warm now. And so I've got my jumper. Are you happy, smokers? Now, I don't know what's happening on that inside line with the Beatles train. It just seems to get stuck. It's a bit unhealthy. I've seen the rails, so woo. Yeah, Smokquest apparently does not like the Class 47. He's tried to completely demolish it and failed. You failed, Smokquest. Failed to demolish the 47. What do you say to that? No, he's embarrassed now, you see. He thought he was going to get away with it. But no. Although, once again, the holding tank appears to have stopped in the station. So. I'll see if I've got something else I can say. Let's try there's a Great Eastern tank engine. I don't think he hates users, I just think he feels like maybe either Steam or himself should get installed for something. Very nice to see that everything's running at last, again, with no issues. Angle now, but we've not done this episode. Come round the back of the railway. So there's my view normally of the railway. Unless I leave the trains running, in which case I can sit behind and I sit over at the desk and watch trains going. If I'm operating, if I'm running the railway, I'm normally on this side. So this is what I get to see when I'm filming an episode. Like you said, I've got the 3 buses there, and then another one up here on the bridge. I've got my British Railways vans down there at the Blurry station. So it's going well, and somehow, in almost with like 30 seconds off of being on air for an hour now. Which is quite impressive, because I didn't think I'd get past about 20 minutes before everything failed. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's not right, is it? Oh no. I'll let go stop the DCT so back into it. Yeah, unfortunately it's on DCC, so when you turn off the DCC, the train doesn't stop at once because it has speed steps. So what we've ended up with there is Dean was crashed into Sergeant Pepper's van. I guess he didn't notice that the signal lights had changed. There's probably a crowd of people standing and staring. Well, I suppose I should probably leave those there. I don't think they're going to get much further today. I've got to turn the sound off of the J15. And I might be able to hear myself think. So that's right. So I was planning on that to be the end of the episode after nose blowing, but I should think we could probably run something else. Woo! Has somebody lost a buffer? Because there's a buffer just lying on the track. It's after J15. It's not off of any of those. Is it? I wonder off of the power down. No. No, here's the silver. Right, well, a bit of a conundrum there. We've got a buffer and no home for it. So I'm going to put it over in the corner where I can find its home eventually. So we'll take this train off. Who's thought of me? All the trouble what's it caused. And I thought he was just going to sit on the windowsill and be pretty. Sorry, Jerry. Oh, it's still going. Whoa. Where off he goes. It's still running. I put those brake bands into that, or I wouldn't normally put brake bands into the wagon bike. Have a look at the live track. I wonder what makes it look like steam or even more. I don't know. For me, steaming is something magical about them. Accidents happen. I suppose, yeah, there's no bookcase to get stuff stuck behind on my railway. You know, I can reach all of my railway, that's the main thing. You're not going to get egg bands stuck behind your desk on my railway. One would hope. I hope there's no egg bands behind my desk. That's a horrible thought. So that, what's that? Okay, so, excuse me. So, we can stop that. I have to remember now to take the DCC line and make it all DC, because I don't want to ruin any engines by doing an accident. What I have got here, they go straight onto the middle line and be away with themselves on a fast camel, is some railroad GWR coaches, because everybody loves the Great Western Railway, and if they don't, well, you know, they're doing it the wrong way, aren't they? Because there's two ways of doing things: the Great Western Way and the wrong way. And I can put my Bachmann 5667 onto that, and it can be off and going and ready to roll backwards apparently. And then I'll put that one there. There it is. Yes, dear. Up. And your brake band. I said I need a brake band. A brake band. You cannot be a brake van. You don't have a brake wheel. No, I'm sorry. Right, let's do something different. I used the orange one the last time. Let's use a shark. I'm going to use a shark brake van for this bit. So we have the 56XX is pulling some railroad coaches. And then on the inside line, I have the Hatton's original Andrew Barkley, little bastard, Barford, and it's pulling the Station Master wagons with Trevor the Traction Engine in it, because Charlotte likes him travelling in that train. And now I just have to do a train to the outside line. Keep her forward just. Hey, what are you doing? There it is. Bear with me. I'm coming up. Really? Wow. Right. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. It's fresh. Up, up. Up. Hey. Hey up. That's the sound. Well, I hope, David, that it does help your layout mojo. Battery-powered kitten, a cavity caused chaos in this little steam railway. Well, if it's anything like the chaos caused on my railway, you're going to end up with landslides and locomotives in pieces. Now this is the Class 73 I got very cheaply in England the last time I was over. And the only issue with it really is that it doesn't have traction tyres, and it should, and that upsets the balance because the wheels sit wrongly on the track. Yeah, I know. There we go. I think it might have stopped again. I might choose a different loco in place, but the coaches that it's pulling are the Sam's trains, at the time, world's smallest four-wheel coaches. Now whether that's different, and I really hope that the Class 4 the 73 would work, but it hasn't. So we're going to sub that out for the Ruston, because I know the Ruston works and it looks fabulous with these coaches. So, off it goes. For the last run. Let's see. Just got the West Highland Railway Pico laser cut station, so we'll keep it busy. Is that like a wooden laser cut thing, is it? I think I remember seeing a picture of it. Is that like what do I think? Is that like an island station? There's a station on the West Highland that has a station like that. It's an island station. I might be completely wrong. Yes, a wooden one. Yes. I know kind of in my mind roughly what it should be. Yeah. So, yeah. You'll have to send me a picture or something once you've got it built, or post it on your channel or whatever, and just show it off. There's the station building I have, near Glenfinnan. Did they say that there are cracks forming in Glenfinnan Viaduct? Did I read that recently? So you've got the Pico station building here is a wooden one. There's a plastic roof, it's a wooden body, and I mixed the yellow paint myself to make it look accurate, and then I did the same for my Hornby platform shelter, which is the northeastern red and white one that will be with like the Gothland or Bromont or whatever it is and Hogsmeade station stuff. But mine got damaged when it came over from England and had a big hole in it, so I made it with matchsticks and it more or less works, and I painted it the same and I stuck these posters on. And when it's on the railway you can't notice the difference, like it's just not, so it works. Yeah, I have it was a wooden laser cut station. I built it I think during the pandemic. I didn't have a good camera during the pandemic, so while everyone else was busy charting their progress, I didn't so much because everything looked like it was in a cloud. So it didn't really work quite so much, but the building itself and the way it goes together was very good. It was simple, it was well laid out, so I should think that your kit will probably be the same. So I hope that you have fun building it and that it turns out really well, because I think it should. I don't know why it wouldn't. Don't mind the shudgers, they're kind of cute. Just don't let the stinky boxes on wheels stop us from painting. Alright. Well, when I was setting up that final train, I had two choices. It was between setting up the Sands trains, smallest four-wheel coaches and a locomotive, or putting on the Blue Pullman. And I didn't want you to give out to me about putting on the Blue Pullman because obviously you'd seen enough of it on the introduction of Beyond Beaglington. So I thought I'd yeah. So I chose something different, and it turns out right in the end, because the Peckett that I also used to run with the smallest four-wheel coaches, that already ran today, so I didn't run it then with those. But I like it with the rusting, and the lighting is very poor in here. I only have one bulb, it's not central, it's dark outside, but at the end of the day, you know, the railway is running, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this has been blurry because when I'm viewing it on this phone here, the signal's so bad here that everything looks blurry. So I have no idea how good the video has been for you. I just hope it's been alright. This has been far more fun than I expected it to be, because when I went into it, I was very nervous and very stressful that things weren't going to go as planned, and they haven't. But now I've done, actually you just sort of roll with it. So, I guess that's something. My class 47 might disagree somewhat. But yeah, so I like everything that's a run. So coming up in the autumn, I'm going to have a series about building a new N-gauge railway, but it's going to take time for me to get around to doing the different stages of it, filming the bits, and it will be, some of it will be, like I'll do a bit of filming, and then the next, like I might do a segment of filming for that, that won't be filmed at the same time, because when I have time, when there's doing, but it will come together as a series over the autumn, winter. So there's something after maybe Beyond Beaglington I can't do stuff where there's still something to watch every week. Because then people are still, you know, there's something different for I like. I do have a new episode of Beyond Beaglington coming out tomorrow, but it's quite short. It's only about 10 or so minutes long, and it's about a report on the map. And it was simply by chance that when my dad was over, we went visiting up there, and I went, I'll get on my camera and film. So that's what the next episode is going to be about. I might have some gardening stuff for the next one. David, this is just going to do a cooking one. Now, actually, I've left my potatoes in cold storage. I say cold storage, it's actually the laundry room, but the weather's been so bad, it's technically cold storage. So, they're still fine. So I've got potatoes and I've got peas, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, because the potatoes aren't really big enough to make chips, they're not really fat enough to make wedges. I can make mash out of them, I've got maybe I can make a shepherd's pie out of it at some point, with like a shepherd's pie mix and show you how that goes. But the last time I did a cooking video was in like 2011, 2010, it was a long time ago. So I've not done that much filming in the kitchen since then. Certainly not in my own kitchen. So yeah, this is. The video quality is good. That's good. Do I watch you? Do I take him? Do you know something? Well, he's over in the corner at the moment. So you can watch the Great Western End of the round. Yeah. I've got one or two things planned. I have got to do the review somewhere. I've got to review this restaurant coach at some point. No, not for my birthday. I have another birthday present in the post, which I have to review, which moves itself. So after all, the stop out. And I have ideas for my Halloween special, and I have no ideas for my Christmas special. And as the last 2 years have been, I love doing the Christmas special. So I'm gonna have to really get my thinking cap on. I have no idea, no plans whatsoever. So we're in August now. I've got 4 months to come up with an idea and film it and do it. And as of last night, my laptop screen is broken. So it's all gone pink and green. And I'm not sure why. So that's going to make making videos more difficult. But as long as the screen doesn't die, it won't stop me from making it. So if things are a bit weird in videos lately, it's because I can't see the screen properly. But it'll do. It'll manage. We'll get on with it and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, sorry, I'm just taking the chance to actually look at the trains running. Normally some days I haven't had a chance to look at the own trains running. Imagine that. My lemonade's gone flat. That's how long we've been going. So I'll just move the camera one more time. We need some nice shots before we finish. And then we'll go back to here because I like here. And we'll go a bit lower down. And go to. Apologies that it seems so dark. But as you can see, how dark it is outside. And I might remind you that it's, it's not even middle of August and it's dark outside. So, we should be bright till like 11 o'clock. Never mind. There's the Great Western train there for Kelly. Looks like the lights are all on at the pub. Looks nice and welcoming, inviting. Here comes the Ruston. So that one more pass of the Great Western engine. Oh, I don't think Smutpuss is feeling blue. I think he's quietly quite pleased with himself. Because I think he knows that now he's got a plan now. He knows how to stop the diesels. All he has to do is just sit in a siding and wait. There's a bit of mess down this side of the road. There we go. Right, well I suppose I'm going to stop things there. So I've got to figure out which controller's doing what. The Andrew Barkley's on that controller, so it's amazing the red knob formby controller that I use is so much more speedy than the other ones, but when you turn it off, sometimes, like when I put the yellow submarine on the track, that will do it there. Like, sometimes when I put it on, the fan starts to turn even though the power isn't applied. Like, so there's something not right about the controller, but I've had it for a very long time. So we'll stop the Great Western engine there, and we'll let the rest of them go around. Stop there. So there we are. The end of the first, possibly only, but we'll see how things go. I might do it earlier in the day next time. So if the kids are at school, I could do it on a morning or whatever. And if you can't be there to watch it, you can always watch it afterwards. But yes, we made it to the end of the first episode of Beaglington Live. And everything is more or less in one piece-ish. Swillpost, you're still in one piece, aren't you? He's busy chewing his back. But yeah. Are you going to come and say goodbye? Swishy! No. He's clearly shunning me because he just doesn't like the Class 47. So we're not happy that I fixed it. So anyways, thank you every one of you less than 10 people that showed up for this live stream. It's more than I was expecting. I was expecting 0. So thank you very much for everyone who's turned up, to David, you, Kelly, Alex as well, who tuned in, Scott Rouse, and was there someone else? Whoever else you are. Sorry, I've been a bit busy. It's hard to keep an eye on the live stream when it's on the little phone. But thank you all to tuning in. It's been very fun running my trains and having the cat run them off the track. And I will see you again for another episode of Beaglington-On-Sea, or Beyond Beaglington, or the Beaglington Review. Just depends whichever one comes next, and I don't even know. But again, all I can say is thank you very much. It's always thank you, because it's amazing that people tune in. It's amazing that I've got 200 subscribers. I should have said 200 subscriber special live stream or something like that when I posted this, but no. All right, I shouldn't. That's his input. All right. I take it on board. I shouldn't. What should I have called it? What should I call the live stream? No, see, I was right. He hasn't got a title for it. Are you at least going to come say goodbye? No, I think he's making his way to the exit. So yeah. But we're wrapping this up because normally I do about 3 or 4 takes saying goodbye. And normally they're always terrible. Yes, thank you very much to everyone for watching. Don't forget that you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. And there is not the subscribe bubble in the playlist thing because this is live. So they're not here. Normally they would be. They'd be like here and here, but they're not here. So we're live. So again, thanks to everyone. Don't forget to tell all your friends. And if they've heard about it enough, tell them again for good measure. But from me and from this little bundle here, Mr. McNoodle. Yeah. It's goodbye and good night. And thank you for tuning into Beaglington Live. Ta-ra.